day.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Love going to throw right away. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Throwing. Love. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. To pass, here's Jordan Love. This pass out wide to Hall. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at the 33. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, his offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right
like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
This defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That gain on third down, good for 28. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes. Good at finding ways to take the football away.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown for Niners. Brandon Ayuk with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the 49ers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Love looking to throw it. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Love now. And this is going to be incomplete.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax him, and get him something that'll work.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. McCaffrey on the counter. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Here's Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ball. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Extra point try now for Moody. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Love. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Diamador Lenore. Down the left sideline. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Moody for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. A quick throw there is incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. On the move to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He spins free, and there he goes again. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Love. He gets it underneath to Hall. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Niners will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. Purdy. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Pushing through the contact. And out across midfield down to the 45. That burst. Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. McCaffrey running. And he coughed it up. And the Packers pick it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Purdy. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Off the play fake, Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Love. He finds Riddick complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. That's taken in by Watson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw now. Here's Love. The completion to Riddick. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deommodore Lenoir. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just past the 35. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Purdy off the play fake. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 25 yards that time. Play action. Now Purdy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. That is caught, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. And they'll run it here. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Purdy now to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. That'll give him 8 that time. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Purdy on 3rd down. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
When you have someone throwing, you can just go ahead and play.
But a great before it can even get back to the line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a battle for the on the year, and the Niners lead, and it's looking like that win streak. Total team effort, CD. I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Love's throw brought in by Watson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Back to throw. Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Weaver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Purdy looking to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safety.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. An extra point try now for Moody. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. To the air again. Love. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.